Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. So I'm going to be doing a reading on the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. I want to tap in how you're showing up into the connection as well as the Divine Masculine, any blockages that could be affecting this connection and how to overcome those blockages. And at the end, I do want to tap into any advice that Spirit may have for you. Now, if you're a Divine Masculine watching for your Divine Feminine, just make sure you flip the roles. This is a general reading, so if it does not resonate, don't force the shoe to fit. There will be more readings to come. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I truly appreciate I truly appreciate it. Yeah. Sorry, my mind went blank for a second. Okay, so I want to tap in first to the Divine Masculine. I just want to see how you're showing up to this connection between you and your person. Again, this is a general reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Just trying to see what blockages could be getting in the way, how we can overcome those blockages, and then any advice from Spirit. All right, so Divine Masculine, how are you showing up in this connection between you and your person? How are you showing up in this connection? All right, so there's somebody that's not, I feel like you're not being completely honest about a situation here. There's something that you're holding back or you're self-sabotaging. You're not making a move because you're dealing with either other options, or there could be temptations. You could have different choices, various choices. But be sure that just be sure that what you that these options or these options that you have, just know that everything that glitters is not gold. I feel like I should say that. So just take your time here if there are other people that you may be considering. So let's see, Divine Masculine, how are you showing up in this connection? Damn, you're already... let me just see. Temperance. So Divine Masculine, there's something that you're waiting for. There could be an energy of either healing or things coming into balance for you. Also, I feel like you're just taking the time to just bring yourself back to center or attune yourself. There could have been something that you just went through, or just a difficult period where you felt like you needed to just bring yourself into balance here. But I feel like you're starting to see the brighter side of a situation. Yeah, I feel like you're starting to see the brighter side of this connection, or you're wanting to take this connection to a higher level of commitment. But I feel like you had to pull away for, just some time so that you could work on aspects of yourself that needed to be brought into balance before you approach this connection. I'm hearing like fully, like trying to, you didn't want to half-ass this connection. I feel like you wanted to bring your best self to the situation. There's also something that you need to be, do things in moderation. I feel like you are learning how to do things in moderation. This could be something that you recently learned about yourself. Like there's either someone brought it to your attention and now you're applying, I feel like your person may have brought that into, to your attention, where, they told you, that to balance your life out, or too much of something could be a bad thing. So you could have been hyper focused on a particular situation, or you're trying to like stand your ground on something, and you're it's almost like you were working too hard. It almost feels like you were too focused or working too hard on a certain situation. And I feel like your partner, you know, brought something to light or made you realize that bringing balance into your life is important. Like it's part of it shouldn't be all work. Like it shouldn't be all about work. I'm hearing Rihanna's song work or something like that. But yeah, so I also hear there's something that has been happening in divine timing. So it could have felt like things were moving slow for you, divine masculine. Like there could have been some things that you had to weigh out. There's also things that you realized about your passion or your creativity like started to flow a little bit more or a little bit better once you started to learn how to balance things out in your life. Let me get one more for the divine masculine. What is this temperance energy? So there could have been things from the past that you needed to work through and heal through. There were memories from the past that you had to release. Like you had to just accept things for what they were and finally release yourself from any attachments that you could have had to the past. I feel like I'm talking to a divine masculine that has taken the time to do like deep rest introspection, to release anything that kind of was holding them back from their success, anything from the past that was holding them back from their like success. And this could be with within this connection, or just even like your everyday, like your business or your work or things like that, right? Like you started to realize how your past was somehow like affecting your movement forward. But I think that now that you are releasing, or that the divine masculine has been releasing this energy, they're going to start seeing some, victory and success within whatever, their business or whatever projects they set their mind to, or whatever they're pouring their energy into. I feel like you're starting to see where things are starting to pay off. Like you're getting the achievement that you've been working, like you're reaching a certain level of achievement or an advancement here. And it could be with it, with your career. And I feel like when I'm speaking, if I'm speaking to a divine masculine, whenever a divine masculine feels like they're in an energy of, their finances are well, or they're doing well with their finances, or they're actually doing something that they love to do, I feel like they feel more open and secure to opening their hearts up or opening up to a romantic relationship, because they've been programmed to provide and to protect. So they almost have like that instinct in them where they do not feel as secure, or you don't, if I'm speaking to you, divine masculine, where you don't feel as secure to open yourself up to a romantic relationship if you don't feel secure with your finances or being able to provide to someone with the way you would want to. But I feel like with you realizing, or there's something to do here also with your inner child that you've had to work through or acknowledge, possibly inner child wounds that needed to be worked through here. And I feel like you've done that. Like I feel like you took the time to work through that, through those wounds that you possibly carried on over time. And because you're taking the time to do that, I feel like you are starting to see like the fruit of your labor, or you're starting to see how you accepting your past and releasing it from it is allowing things to like begin to flow into your life. Like you're opening yourself up to receive, I feel like, all of like God's gifts that are on whatever I feel like God had for you. Like he's been waiting to give that to you. And now you're opening yourself to receive that, those gifts that you've been given or that have been waiting for you. Okay, divine masculine, I like this work. I like this work that you've been putting into yourself, for sure. Definitely heavy on the inner child. Like there are things that you're starting to realize. There's truths that you're starting to understand about yourself. Like you're having like some sort of awakening or realization. And again, just to tie it into your connection, right? If this is how you're showing up to your connection, divine masculine, that means that you're willing to, and you're opening yourself up to a deeper connection or relationship with your divine feminine, because you're allowing yourself to go a lot deeper with yourself, right? Like you're starting to realize which parts of you need to be forgiven. Like you got to forgive yourself about, you know, certain situations, certain mistakes, certain whatever people, when people disappointed you or deceived you, even when you were 2, 3, 4 years old, right? Like sometimes we don't realize that we carry that energy, and until it's finally time to transform, right? A certain part of us. But in order to transform, we have to accept a certain part of us that has already happened, and we're only holding on to it because that's what's become comfortable, or that's what's become our norm. But in order to transform, there's things that you just have to let go, right? You're completely transforming yourself, and there are things that you know you have to let go, that you've been carrying on, in order for that transformation to honestly happen. And after the transformation happens, that's when we open ourselves up to newness. And I'm seeing a lot of flowers here, so I feel like spring is going to be a very important time for you, divine masculine. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be blooming or coming to birth for you, or coming to light. Yeah, coming to birth. Like you're giving birth to something here, and and then I feel like it's going to be successful. You have the Ace of Swords, and I was going to say I feel the sun energy. You're definitely like there's so much like birth and light here in on your energy, divine masculine. So I like how you're showing up into this connection, right? Like I like how that you've taken the time to work through any past traumas or any past influences or people or places. You may even be considering like leaving behind a certain location, because you know it's time to go, you know, to grow and go through to something new, a new chapter of your life. All right, now to the divine feminine. Let's tap into the divine feminine energy. How is the divine feminine showing up in this connection? All right, divine feminine. So your divine masculine is showing up in your energy 100% here with the King of Wands. King of Wands and the Three of Wands. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. This fire sign could be at a distance from you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or they could have those placements in their chart, or they could have they could have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in their chart. What I'm getting from this divine feminine, I feel like you're ready for your person to take action towards you. Like you understand that, you know, everybody's on their journey. Everybody is, you know, here to learn a certain part, here to learn, period, right? Like the healing journey is never over, but I feel like it's taken some time. Like your person has really been working through, I feel like your person has been working through their past, right? Releasing and transforming. And that tends to take a lot of energy and focus. So on your end, you're like, well, that's nice, right? Like, I like that this person, or I like that my divine masculine is doing this work, but I'm ready to move, like get things going and moving forward. And are they going to take action? And it's almost like you already knew the potential that this connection had, right? Like you already knew, you could already see, like you have a sense of foresight here. Like you just felt it in your gut that, you know, this person was someone that you needed to to work, I want to say to work with. So I don't know if you guys have a business together, or there's something that you like, a certain project that you guys were trying to bring to light here. But I feel like your intuition already told you, like, if you possibly have psychic powers yourself, where you just knew, like, you felt it in your gut that this was your person, right? Like, you just needed for them, or you just need for them to take action. You just want them to take leadership or take action towards this connection, because they've been taking their sweet time. Like, I do see where with this temperance energy, it's almost like I just see them coming back and forth and just trying to figure it out, and coming and going and flowing. And you're just like, chop, 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 chop. Like, I'm ready to move. Like, I already know that, you know, what we can do and what we can accomplish together. And I feel like it really had you in your head a lot, Divine Feminine. I feel like there were times where you were losing hope. I feel like you were losing hope, and you were allowed yourself to get in your head about this, you know, the connection, and you started to process, or kind of went through your messages, and started to see if you were the reason why the delay was happening, right? Like, you were wondering if you were the problem, or you were creating the stalemate in the situation. Like, were you the only one feeling this, you know, this strong energy, or this strong connection, or this strong passion this between you and your person? But I feel like it only felt like that, or only feels like that, because your person has just been really focusing on pouring into themselves right now. Just just going through a transformation where, they're not only having to leave certain people or certain things behind, there's a part of them that they're almost having to leave behind. And if this is like, if your person was showing up as someone who was just didn't seem to want to have a deeper level or a higher level of commitment, I feel like you may have communicated that you weren't open to like a friends with benefits type of situation. So that kind of brought things into, like, you brought justice to a situation. Like, you were just like, all right, fine, we're not going to do a friends with benefits type thing. You go do what you need to do, and I'm going to go and do what I need to do. But I feel like if you guys are in no contact, or if you guys aren't, really communicating like that, you just already knew. You had this sense of foresight where you knew that this was your person, or that this is your person, or there's something here that you're supposed to be building together. But you had to stand your ground on the situation here, Divine Feminine. Like, you had to stand your situation, even though you guys felt like there's like the passion and the romance, like the relation, like this could be, I feel like, your best life partner. And I feel like your person realizes that, right? And I feel like that kind of scared them a little bit. And I almost feel like they may have like ghosted the situation, or they pulled back so much that it made you feel like damn, like, did it just ends like that? Is this it? Like, this is over, we're done? But I feel like your person or the Divine Masculine could still be, if you guys aren't talking like long conversations, I feel like the line of communication is still open. Like, you guys do still talk. It just feels really distant, or very short, or just not as deep as what you guys are used to having. And that's because I feel like the Divine Masculine right now, again, they're going through a transformation. They're working on balancing themselves out in order to be able to move forward, to move forward and offer you something more solid. Because I feel like at first the Divine Masculine did not realize, it's like they have this drive, right? Like, they have this charisma and this drive, and they're very extrovert. Like, they do take leadership, or they do take action with their work or their projects, but when it comes to love, it just feels like they kind of held back a little bit. but because of they saw the value in you and they wanted to show up with something more to offer than just the drive, right? Just the passion that they have. They wanted to offer something more healed and more open to, I feel like, more in order for them to nurture you like you need to be nurtured, they first had to nurture themselves. And I feel like that's what they did, because they do see, or I feel like they do also see the potential that this connection could have, and the success that you two can have together. Also, I feel like there's a move like that could happen, that could be necessary for your divine masculine here. They're gonna either have to move, or there could be distance between the two of you. All right, so with the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine, now we know how you guys are showing up to the connection. Now I want to see what could be the potential blockage. Like what are the blockages, or what is the blockage in this connection? Because, you know, we can heal all we want, right? Like your divine masculine could be healing, and that's fine, but we're gonna heal our entire life, right? Like it's not gonna be a one-time thing. I'm not just gonna heal one time and I'm gonna be healed forever, right? So you can't use that as an excuse as why we don't open up to a, you know, or a solid commitment, or taking things to a higher level of commitment. Just because you're healing doesn't mean we can't do that, right? That just means that that's something that we both have to work together on, right? So we're not going to make excuses here. So the blockages, we have the 8 of Swords. Let me get one more. And the 7 of Wands. So somebody's still really stuck in their head here. Someone's still like really stuck like in this victim mentality. They're being sucked in by their like fears or their anxiety. There's like a sense of like being like stuck, but there's nothing like that has you bound or stuck, right? So either this could be you, one person, whoever is watching, or this could be your person, or just the connection period where it just feels like it's not moving forward, but it actually is, right? It just feels like there's we're worrying about something that's not even worth worrying about, right? Like with the 7 of Wands, I feel like both ends, I feel like both people are putting in the work. It just is happening separately. So it may just feel like one person is doing the work and the other one isn't. But that's not the case. I feel like the connection is actually moving forward. I feel like there is movement forward. And the reason why I say that is because I see the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles is literally the slowest moving knight of the deck, right? Like it takes his sweet little time, but it is the most trustworthy and hardworking knight of the deck. So it may seem like things are stuck or not moving, like that's somewhat creating fear or anxiety here between either you or your person, or both of you may be feeling a sense of stagnancy, like things aren't moving forward, but they are. Like things are actually happening behind the scenes. And with the 7 of Wands, I feel like it talks about perseverance and standing your ground and fighting and keep moving forward. So with excuse me, with the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Wands coming out together, as I see this as like the only blockage that's happening here is in the head, right? It's how we're viewing the situation, right? So how you're approaching the situation, how you're viewing the situation is what is blocking the situation. So the only thing that, or how we remove, or the solution to the situation is shifting how you're viewing it. So a shift in perspective, because just because things are not happening as fast as you want them, or just because things are taking their time, does not mean that things doesn't mean that things aren't moving forward, right? There's it takes time to build something that's trustworthy, something that's durable, something that is willing to show up for the long run. But I feel like once you remove the way you're viewing the situation, so once you remove the veil and you start to see the situation as it is, there's something that, if you already know that this is the connection, or this is the connection that you are committed to, this is who you're wanting to put time into, or this is the relationship that brings the best out of you, then the best thing to continue to do is to focus on whatever it is that you are working for on yourself, right? For yourself. I feel like there will be a reunion. I see the Three of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. There is something, there's a reunion happening, or there's a celebration happening. And that's because someone is coming in with good news. They're going to be taking action towards you. So the energy that I am picking up from your divine masculine and your divine feminine is like you both are putting work in your own respective ways. You just might not be aware of the work that the other person is putting in, because they're very much so focused on their own thing, and you are very much so focused on your own thing right now. There's something that you're working towards. But I feel like this energy is exactly what's needed, because everything is on divine timing, right? Like if your person is going through a transformation, then you are most likely mirroring your person, and you're most likely going through that same exact transformation, especially if this has to do with the mind. If you're in this energy of anxiety and fear and not knowing if something is going to work out in your favor, or like if you guys are going to reunite, you're only manifesting that energy, right? Like that's exactly what you're manifesting. So the more you pour into you, the more you attract the things that are meant for you in divine timing. All right, so let's get an oracle message for final advice. This is a relationship message. Any final advice, Spirit, for the divine masculine and the divine feminine? Let's see. Let's see. Final advice. All right, happy. So there's good. I feel like you and your person are gonna find a way to bring things into balance within your connection, right? I feel like there's gonna be a mending of energies where you guys just meet in the middle. As you see with this, I feel like you guys are gonna be celebrating your union here. All right, so community. So there could be a celebration or party that you could be attending. You and your person could be getting invited to, or your person could be inviting you to a celebration or something that, they could be wanting to invite you to a party or something that they're celebrating, and they want to bring you around their, the people that they hang out with, possibly introducing you to, family and friends. All right, so you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those that don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other person follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of the dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So, I think I said your person wants to show up as the best version of themselves earlier in the reading. I feel like I did. So there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of things where I feel like I'm picking up the energy where your person is just putting in the work, the self-love, the self-care, just trying to build themselves up to be better because they want to show up as better. And there could be somebody here who is, I feel like they're spending a lot of time either praying, trying to release or let go of anything that no longer belongs. So I can picture someone saying a lot of prayers or praying, spending some time doing yoga. All right, you guys, I hope this message resonates, and please let me know how it resonates in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all soon.